Chronicles of the World of Seven Hues. A simple isekai series about a high schooler from Earth named Lee Gunwoo. He reincarnates as a hero named Abel and saves the world from destruction. Though the power scaling in this series is insanely ridiculous. You can say it's a miracle that the main character survives each time. I love you, Abel. It's got crazy waifus who try to kill the main character on a whim. Secret organizations that appear out of nowhere to try to destroy the world, perish. And even allied forces who are only interested in backstabbing him. Oh, reinforcements are here. Ha ha ha. This way. The fans of this series are hardly supportive. Well, there are, of course, a few readers who enjoy its shitty plot. I was one of them, actually. But what if one day, I woke up in that crazy world? Would I still be able to laugh? Rudian. Sir Edos, I'm on the way. It's a disaster. Aw. That hit will definitely leave my body squished like a tomato. Sir Edos. Here's your spare blade. You're late, you dolt. Sir Colin. Here's your blade. Hurry up. Those ungrateful fucks. Even though I did my job. I'm always grateful for their hard work. Wawa. Hiya. It's already been 3 years since I've been living in this body. When I opened my eyes, I realized I'd become a 14-year-old orphan. And foreigners I'd never met surrounded me. Thankfully, the one relief of this horrible situation was that I inherited the memories of Rudian, the owner of this body. I can understand English. I spent a month or so doing everything I could to try to return to Korea. But I soon realized it was all a waste of time. Knights of Iskar. Ub. The holy sword and treasures await us within. I trust that you will not let yourselves be stopped by such weaklings. Heir to Margrave Iskar Colin von Iskar. And this guy is the head of the cheer squad, I mean, Rudian's master. The blood pressure of the knights has risen by 50. Young master, it's dangerous to make such loud sounds, monsters. What could they do to the great Colin? You maniac, please. If I'd reincarnated into something like I became the whatever bastard of the something family, I'd be happy. But the Seven Hue Chronicles. The world building of the Seven Hue Chronicles is certainly extraordinary. The world has already been prophesied to end 3 times over. And some random enemy that comes out of nowhere, what have you done? It was in my way. Easily has the power to destroy a city, or even an entire nation. Monsters. Prepare for combat. Ah, I want to kill myself. Rudian. Oh, how did I end up in a dungeon again? Just what the hell did you do to have the count hear about this? Ugh. I hired commoners like you specifically to prevent things like this from happening. Iskar family Louisa Countess Louisa, I apologize. If this gets in Colin's way, I will ensure you meet a terrible fate. Sigh, should I just fuck it all? Should I just kill him? The eldest son of Count Iskar, and the man who is to rule this region. Ha 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 ha, and a very well-known hooligan in the area. Sigh, most troubles I've faced till now were generally of this sort. We've received a letter from Baron Hamar that you and your friends have stolen 3 of their finest horses. Just take care of it. Just take care of it. Sir Thor wishes for the return of his family's heirloom sword. Sir Voltan is in front of the castle right now with his sword drawn, saying he'll make you pay for laying your hands on his little sister. Just take care of it. Sir, the Count is absolutely furious because of your recent contact with the black market dealers. Just take care. Wait, what? Shit. I'm cooked. You think he might have caught on? Of course. This is the 5th time this month. I said, nothing good would come from getting involved with those bastards. I left for a few minutes to take care of some business, and you got yourself into trouble in that time frame. It's just why are you doing this to me? You'd hang out with the literal cancer of the empire. Actually, that alone isn't that big of a problem. This is Iskar, and Colin is the son of the ruler of this place. The real problem is that site, isn't that the son of Count Iskar? Was seen by other nobles staying at the castle, and news spread to the capital. Well, I'm the heir after all. Spending some time with them. Well, I thought I might be able to uncover their main operations. Oh ho, so you were trying to accomplish something? Recently, illegal slavery, drugs, and loan sharking have been rampant near the border regions. Naturally, the central government demanded strict territorial oversight. Mauryan Empire Central Government Envoy Delegation the Count had dismissed central interference, saying not to worry. But now, for the Count's own son to create a scandal. Now they'll pounce on this chance and start interfering with everything. What do I do? The real problem is, if things go wrong with Colin, there's a high chance I'll be cut down too. A crisis I was supposed to face only after the main story has already arrived. I can't let this happen. It's almost certain that you'll be stripped of your title as heir apparent. You should prepare to enter a monastery or something. Rudian. Wait a moment. In Nevin, the capital, where the Emperor's influence is immense, an incident like this typically results in execution by beheading. And if that happens, I'll lose my head too. There's only one way to get through this crisis. Enter. You've arrived. I'm going to expose every last bit of that bastard's delinquency to the Count. Lord of Iskar, Rickard von Iskar, Margrave. You really are going through a lot, Lion Hearts, Private Knight Order under the Count Captain Derek Wanhausen. Thank you for always understanding, Sir Derek. Still, this mistake was a big one. What can I do when that damn bastard caused trouble outside my watch? I still should have handled it better. I heard from the head butler that you caused quite the incident this time. Do you know who those people you contacted were? That is. They were one of the organizations that the 5 major knight orders, directly under the imperial family, personally moved to eliminate. Looks like things got bigger than I thought. If the imperial knight orders got involved directly, it means the scale of the guys this punk contacted was beyond my imagination. In that case, the Iskar family owes the imperial family a big one. Kalain, prepare to enter the monastery. Father. It's not for life. But this is something you need to reflect on for at least 5 years. As expected. According to calculations, the main story of Chilesian starts in about 5 years. By then, the continent will be engulfed in the flames of war, and much blood will be spilled. And I'll be swept away like a fallen leaf, meeting a miserable future. Father. Wait a moment. Do you have something to say? I will achieve merit. I will definitely achieve merit enough to offset this failure and elevate the family's name. But even if you achieve merit in this situation, it won't stop the imperial family's intervention. Unless it's an extraordinary achievement. The Holy Sword Daylight. Daylight? No. That dungeon's difficulty is impossible for someone at his level. This damn bastard hasn't just lost his mind, does he want to die early? Daylight. Isn't it because information about the dungeon leaked in the first place that those underworld bastards showed up? If we retrieve Daylight, the holy sword of the Duke Delphi I family, will surely be able to receive the Duke's support. He's desperately trying to twist things to survive, that Kalain fellow. There's no way underworld scum would come all the way here just to explore a dungeon. In the episode titled Belly of Apophis from Alero, a dungeon where the evil god Apophis is sealed and the heretics who plotted his resurrection appear. To subjugate them, an army of 100,000 was gathered and marched with great vigor. Only to end up filling Apophis's stomach, and this became an incident from which the madness of dungeons could be learned. After that, they started sending reconnaissance teams first before entering dungeons. There's no way the Count will accept that. That is a dungeon whose difficulty hasn't been confirmed. No matter how much it was discovered in our territory, we cannot commit significant forces. I will definitely succeed. Please believe in me, Father. Right, there's a chance of losing the entire force, including the heir, unless the Count has gone mad. He wouldn't make such a gamble. Very well. What? I will trust you just this once. I will assign 30 knights to you, including Derek. Since you've guaranteed it so strongly, you must retrieve Daylight. Your Excellency. Rudian, take good care of Kalain. This is a disaster. I believe in you. That this time, you will not disappoint your father. Your son will definitely return with the holy sword. That's my boy. Oh fuck. Fuck, I'm really fucked. Monsters. Prepare for battle. A minotaur right from the start, this won't be easy. If it's like this already, how harsh will the deepest part be? We can only entrust our fate to the gods. Thank goodness. It's not at the level that would appear in the main story of Chilesian. Normally, things like high-ranking demons or ancient weapons would appear, and we'd have had to run away first. If a common monster like a minotaur appears, this dungeon is at least within the realm of common sense. Alright, let's move forward. What do I do now? Just 3 years after the original story begins, the continent gets devastated by the war with the demons, and after 10 years, humanity faces extinction once. Before the destruction, there's still time. Until then, I'll gather a hefty sum of money and hunker down in some mountain corner. Yes, I'll create my own happy ending. Smoothly. Everything's going smoothly. At this rate, not only will we retrieve daylight, but we can also grab the vast riches within the dungeon. Young master, speaking so loudly could be dangerous. Haha, no need to worry. Even if something appears, I'm definitely not a fry. Huh. Ouch. What was that? Damn it. We've fallen into a trap. Run. Break through with force. Squad 1, push back the golems. The rest, protect the young lord. Help me. Young master. This way. Huh. Why are those guys coming towards us? Young master. What? Rudian. Help. Damn it. Rudian. Just barely safe. Ultimately, I'm just this guy's attendant. If he dies, I die too. Huh. Huh. Fuck. Status window. Huh. Wasn't I dead? I'm okay. Is this hell? My body seems perfectly fine too. Just before dying, my prayer reached the universe, and tada. There's no way I awakened like that. But this place. Where the hell is this? According to the lore, this is a dungeon located in the demon realm, made of mana from a negative dimension. Unless it's magic, there shouldn't be such bright light. You've awakened. Yua. What the fuck? Hey. Sorry, you just looked so damn ugly that do you call that an apology? Well, it's okay since you're the first human I've met in 1,000 years. I thought only beings with divine status could find this place, but today is quite a surprising day. This thing doesn't even have a mouth, but it's noisy. Where am I? This is the place where I am sealed. Ruins created 3,000 years ago by the now vanished Adora civilization. Adora civilization? I've never heard of a civilization called Adora in the original story. Information I need more about this thing. So you're a being sealed in these ruins, is that it? Yes. I haven't been assigned a master, so I've been in a state of suspended animation until now. The moment you entered this space, my ego awakened. Then. Can you tell me your identity? I am the 7th generation overseer-type artificial intelligence left by the Adora civilization, Arcadia. Artificial intelligence. It looks like the legacy of a demon god, though. Plus, it used the name of Paradise. I hope that you will become my master, Wriggle. What do you say? Master? If I refuse the offer, what kind of trouble might I face? If I become the master, what benefits are there, huh? Huh. In the current situation, this is the only ability that can directly help the master. What are these pathetic stats? No. Hey, it's a status window. There are no quests like in a game system, but you can see the opponent's stats quantified based on the master's stats. Although there's a penalty where you can't see the numbers if the stats differ too greatly. If I can't see the numbers, it means I shouldn't pick a fight, right? Just having this is a huge help for survival. Route rope originally, this place cannot be reached by those without the qualification. Unless they are a god, no matter what means they use. What is that qualification? To be an outsider. That is the only one. What's that? Honestly, I don't know what it is either. I thought it might be a god, but your existence shattered all my assumptions. Then, how did you realize I was an outsider? It's determined by whether the core of my main body, sealed externally, reacts or not. It also means you are a being with the authority to retrieve the terminals my creator scattered. Terminals. What are those now? The prototype first-generation collection-type AI, Eldorado, second-generation exploration-type AI, Elysian, third-generation healing-type AI, Utopia, fourth-generation transport-type AI, Dillman, fifth-generation combat-type AI, Shambhala, Great Legacy Dash. And the sixth-generation restoration-type AI, Eden, exists. They are the 6 auxiliary ACE my creators made for me. Each time you retrieve a generation's terminal, I can use that terminal's specialized ability. And if you gather all the terminals, my main body, sealed externally, will be fully activated. If what this thing says is true, something I couldn't do before, I might be able to create a better ending. If that's the case, then. Alright, I'll register as the master. A wise choice. The world will soon descend into chaos, so it's best to make some preparations for that time. Then I look forward to working with you, Master. I look forward to working with you too, ADI. ADI, that's quite nice. For now, since my main body is sealed, in my current state, I'm not really at a level where I can properly support the Master, but if we can retrieve the combat-type AI Shambhala, I can stand against even a god. Go Master. I already feel like I've been scammed. So, what are you planning to do now? First, I need to rejoin my companions. Once we get through this crisis, let's figure out how to retrieve your terminals. That's a good mindset, Master. Fortunately, ADI knew the entrance, exit, traps, shortcuts, etc. transferring. It was versed in all the geography within the dungeon. According to ADI, I was originally fated to be slammed into the floor and go straight to the afterlife. But fortunately, ADI, who detected my presence and awakened, managed to pull me out just in the nick of time, allowing me to survive. I really almost died, huh? Could this also be the evil trick of that damn author? Huh? Who's this? Not only did they break through the dungeon's core, but they reached this place. If this person was an adventurer, they must have been one of the best on the continent. It's an adventurer who invaded this place about 10 years ago. They managed to avoid the monsters above and get this far, but lacking the qualification, they couldn't open the entrance and died after struggling for a long time. Went through hell to reach the deepest part, only for it to be a dungeon needing a key they couldn't possibly get. What are you doing? Collecting remains. So what if they're pitiful? Gotta take what they got. Out there, collecting the belongings of the dead is a custom among adventurers. Nope, not really, custom, rather than that, didn't we agree to call this grave robbing? This pocket watch looks like it'll fetch a good price. Oh ho, maybe around 10 gold. Seems like they were a rather wealthy adventurer. His name is, Abel. Abel Retstein. Sounds familiar. Abel? Master? What's this? Why this name? Abel Retstein. That's the protagonist's name from 7 Years of Reincarnation. Calm down. Get a grip. Chronologically, this shouldn't be possible. Abel Retstein, real name Lee Jian-woong. 19 years old. After bombing his college entrance exam, he goes looking for the reincarnation truck and actually gets hit by said truck, sending him to another world. He's reborn into a minor baron's family, receives the creator god's blessing, obtains the mythical artifact, White World, and the Order God's holy sword, Grandia, embarking on the path of a cheat character. And proceeds to crush demon spawn. That's the gist of 7 Years of Reincarnation's beginning. But what's this all about? No. There's no other proof that this skeleton is the protagonist yet. If anything, it's reassuring that this skeleton's explorer outfit is from the Northern Urgan Kingdom, not the Mauryan Empire where the protagonist was born. The skeleton's also fully adult-sized. The protagonist was on the shorter side and even had a complex about it, so this one's a bit too tall to be able. Then what's going on here? Is there a problem, Master? No, it's nothing. Right now, before the main story begins, Abel should still be living a normal life as a child. It's just a bit concerning that this place isn't too far from the protagonist's territory. Once I get out of here, I'll use my own money to check on the protagonist if I have to. Don't panic. If by chance we do cross paths with Abel, these items might create a connection with the protagonist. I hope this worry turns out to be nothing. This way. There are monsters and traps on the direct path, so we should turn right and go around. Let's go, this guy's super convenient. Ah. Young master. You there. Stop. Come any closer and I'll cut you down. What's this about? Abandoning the post? Or is it because of you? There's no way a Rudian who fell off a cliff could return alive and well like this. That must be a doppelganger trying to deceive us. Well, that's not wrong. How else could you be this unscathed if you weren't a doppelganger? Sir Derek, about that. When I fell earlier I somehow grabbed onto a branch sticking out of the wall and luckily there was a cave-like place with a hole right below. It seemed like some explorer who came before had made it in case of emergencies and thanks to that I survived. Fortunately, I didn't encounter any monsters on my way back, I was really lucky. Silence. But it's true. You have 10 seconds to prove you're Rudian. Otherwise, I'll cut you down. 1. 10 seconds. No way, really. Cynthia. Last time at Harpana's water drop, you were flirting with the clerk, Miss Cynthia your wife caught you, and when she said she'd go back to her parents' house. You desperately clung to her waist. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Commander, is this true? No, I might be killed by Sir Derek later, but for now, I need to survive. Rudian. Why are you so late? Young master. I was bored without you. Hurry up and join the ranks, you slowpoke. He's really the same as always. Why young lord? No matter how I look at it, that appearance is too normal. What's that? It's exactly the same as. That's the problem. Ah, forget it. If any problems arise, Derek will take care of it anyway. We're almost at our destination, so let's not waste energy on unnecessary things. At least I survived, let's move out. The hostility hasn't disappeared, I see. Well, we're almost at the deepest part of the dungeon. By the way, no one seems to notice you. To be precise, they can't detect me. The humans of this world can't perceive my existence unless I reveal myself to them. Top SECR, then what about me? You're an outsider and the master. An outsider, considering I was only discovered now, it's probably not a perk for those who've been possessed. Does that mean there could be other people who've fallen into the 7 years of reincarnation world like me? There are. It's a death knight. Oh. That's the Holy Sword Daylight. The Duke's information was true. Then that person must be Sir Simmerdran, who betrayed the Duke's family and fled 50 years ago. This is disappointing. It's not the Delphione family's knights. Surround him. Sir Simmerdran. Why did you betray the Duke's family and steal the Holy Sword? Did you abandon your chivalry just to end up like this? Betrayal. To fools who don't even realize their own foundations are rotting. There's no value in answering. Skeleton soldiers. Don't panic. 2nd and 3rd squadrons, block those small fry. 1st squadron, come with me to deal with that traitor. Charge. What's with that guy? Why won't he just fall already? If anything, he seems even more energetic than before. Is this all you've got? Damn it. This bastard's vitality and mana. Damn. Is there no end to it? Captain, the skeleton soldiers are regenerating too. At this rate, we'll run out of strength before we can take him down. Hold strong, knights. Don't retreat. Ada, what do you think? An external force is at work, master. External force? You should be able to see it too, master. Try using those eyes. What's those eyes? Ah. Total combat power, 9,260 traits, currently linked to the dungeon's core, temporarily gaining immortality and infinite mana. Linked to the dungeon's core. The core. It's a blood magic stone. A first-class magic stone typically used as a dungeon core or a lich's mana storage. This dungeon is a 500-year-old wizard's workshop, so there's a considerable amount of mana condensed here. Without special measures, we'll likely be wiped out soon with our current strength. Could I possibly shatter that thing? The blood magic stone itself isn't that durable, but can you break through those to reach it? This is insane. If you head that way now, they'll definitely notice. Considering your current physical abilities, I'd say there's a 90% chance you'd die. Master. Is there no other choice? Captain, I think we should retreat. If those monsters target the young lord, we won't be able to handle it. But he won't quietly order a retreat. Men, hold back the young master. I must take that sword with me. There must be some way to break this deadlock. Ah. Sir Derek. Look at that jewel embedded in the back. Doesn't it look incredibly suspicious? Jewel? It's a blood magic stone. How could I have missed that? Arnold, Chris. Can you time it right to destroy that core? Captain, it's impossible. If the number of skeletons was the same as before, maybe, but now their numbers and strength have grown too much to ignore. We still have to do it. As their numbers keep increasing, with our retreat cut off, if we can't kill them here, we're finished. Was it really necessary to mention the blood magic stone? Now that they know the knights are targeting it, that guy's attention will be focused solely on one spot. There's no need for you to take such a risk, Master. At least among us, I have the highest chance of success. Even if I can't handle mana, I can at least wield this thing. If I'm caught, it's over for sure. Arnold, Chris. Go. I won't let you get away. An aura wave. Was that bastard a sword master? Let's run. Everyone retreat, retreat. Young master, our escape route is all ready. Favir. If you don't want to die, get up, all of you. That guy probably can't use that technique twice. Is this the end? No, as a knight of lion hearts, I can't die like this. Even if I die, I must at least help the young master escape. What's this? Why did he suddenly turn his head? Shit, he noticed us. At a time like this. Still, we were lucky to have made it this far without being caught. We're already caught, what difference does it make? You, insolent bastard. Don't come near me, you walking corpse. Sir Derek. Go Rudian. Go and smash that core. If you succeed, I'll forgive you for making a fool of me earlier. I'll definitely do it. You bastard. One shot. I'll end this in one shot. How dare you? Who's the insect that dares to touch my heart? I, the great Dark Lord Castley Richmond, for the sin of coveting my heart. Atone with your death. This blood magic stone isn't just a simple dungeon core. Castley Richmond. A lich lord appearing in the early to mid part of 7 years of reincarnation, an extinction level archmage who can kill even a vermilion red dragon with a single word magic spell. Nation destroyer. I'll grant you a painless death. Death word. No. Certain kill. Death word, fatal strike. Ha. Ha. This isn't right. Why didn't my absolute spell work? What are you? Could you be one of the divine race? Come to think of it, I'm not dead, am I? Eek. Death word, fatal strike. Impossible. A god-tier protection spell. You must be of the divine race. Did you do this? Yes, master. That creature dared to cast such a low-level curse on you, so I blocked it. Even with limited functions, I can manage this much. A 9th class instant death spell is considered low-level. Why are you reacting like that? I'm quite a capable AI, you know. To think it could nullify Castley Richmond's ultimate technique, just how powerful will this thing become when it regains its full functionality? So bright, you. Stay right where you are. I'll open a dimensional gate and come for you right now. Castley definitely said this blood magic stone was her heart. I, the great Dark Lord Castley Richmond, for the crime of coveting my heart. The heart is the only weakness of an immortal lich. Why should I? I wonder if Ms. Castley knows about employer-employee relationships. You said this blood magic stone itself is pretty weak, right? Yes, Master can easily destroy it with his power. Let's make a deal. If you spare my life, I'll give you anything you want. What I want? Your life. Anything but that. What do you need? My treasures. I'll give you all the magical knowledge I've accumulated over centuries. I don't need it. Simmer, kill this bastard right now. Hurry. No. I'll destroy you faster than that Simmer can get here. Castley Richmond. Turn to it.It. My ambitions. My desires. He did it. My lord. Huh. What's this? You have acquired the essence of a top-grade blood magic stone. Your physical abilities have greatly increased. You have gained 20 mana. What? I really got mana. This refreshing power flowing through my veins. One of the reasons I endured all that mistreatment as a scion was to obtain this mana. But only 20. Isn't that too little mana from a 500-year-old blood magic stone? The absorption rate is very low, as expected. Huh. Low absorption rate? I arbitrarily filtered the negative dimensional mana scattered from the blood magic stone before allowing you to absorb it. The absorption rate is about 8%. Filter. Why did you do that? Because this energy isn't mana, it's demonic energy. If I had let you absorb it all, you'd have gained a different order of magnitude of mana, but I didn't think you'd want to become a demon just to gain power, so I filtered it on my own. Ah. I almost got royally screwed. My head would have been the next thing to crack after that blood magic stone. Rudian, you If it looked like I was absorbing demonic energy, then the next thing to crack would indeed be. You saved me, Rudian. Well done. I filtered it appropriately. Ha ha ha. Kalain, my son. This father knew you would succeed. Thank you, father. Now no vassal will doubt your abilities. You are the future of this Iskar family. It was only natural with my abilities. Yes, that's right. When you inherit my position, our family will truly stand on solid ground. To think I'd witnessed the rapid decline of an ancient count's family's future live. The spoils are amazing to zero. The line of wagons seems endless. You've made a huge contribution to the family's wealth. In about a week, the Duke's family will send someone to appraise the Holy Sword. Even if the Duke doesn't come himself, they'll send someone we can't ignore. Kalain, make sure to leave a strong impression on whoever comes. Yes, father. With the success of this expedition, your name will spread throughout the Empire. Not just us, but even the Delphione Duke's family is involved, so it's bound to happen. If it becomes known that the dungeon's master was Castley Richmond, Kalain would become a knight of world-renowned fame, but it's better not to reveal such things. It's hard enough now. How would we deal with the aftermath if he messes up with higher honor? This is just right. I still need to continue being Kalain's attendant for now. Now I think I can send you to social circles without worry, Kalain. Ah, and Rudian. Yes, Your Excellency. Derek and the knights praised you a lot. I only did what was expected of me as the young lord's attendant. No. That action of striking when the Death Knight wasn't looking, most people would have been trembling and unable to move. You're qualified to continue assisting Kalain. I'm counting on you to take care of this lad. It's an honor. When can I escape? Long live Kalain. Long live Iskar. A year's worth of bonus. And 10 days of paid leave on top of that. At escape. Why would I leave such a great job? You look happy. Money is good. On K, I think what I've swiped will be more helpful to you than that pouch, master. But we can't use those right now. Didn't you say everything you took is infused with magical power? If we try to cash those in, the magic tower will be on our tail immediately. That's true, I handled it as you ordered, but it's a shame we couldn't just take everything. That is a pity, but we've already got the really valuable stuff, so it's fine. The most important thing for a mage is their spellbooks and research results, which contain their life's work. The Richmond School was once one of the top 3 magic schools on the continent, selling just a few spellbooks could easily buy several castles. We need funds for the future. Even if we can't use them now, they'll definitely be helpful later. That's true. The remaining issue is how that knight who stole daylight became Casley's Death Knight. This part isn't in the original story, so it's hard to figure out. Daylight was supposed to be brought by the protagonist's companion, Sword St. Croix, when he returned from visiting his family home, right? But the details of how he got daylight weren't explained. As the story was moving into the Celestial Demon War arc, the author probably thought it was a minor detail and cut it out. Betrayal. Those fools who don't even realize their own foundation is rotting. That guy, it probably wasn't just simple greed that made him steal it. It was likely closely related to the demon race. Our primary enemies will be the demons. They'll probably be the biggest obstacle in recovering Amain's terminals. Then we'll naturally have to wipe them out. Yes, with Casley dead, the demons will have to make a move. Casley was probably disguised as the court magician of the neighboring Rohan's kingdom. With someone like that suddenly dying, the demons in Rohan's kingdom will definitely make a move. For now, considering future events, we must get our hands on a demon sword. A demon sword? Isn't a holy sword better for dealing with demons? Holy swords are a pain to get anyway, and their inherent holiness is perfect for attracting demons' attention. Even with daylight, I couldn't have gotten it alone even if I died and came back 10 times. Plus, in terms of performance, one of the top demon swords is right here in Iskar territory. There is such a thing. Yes, if we can get this one, our future tasks will become much easier. Demon Sword Diablo. Baron Village with a population of about 500, Baron Village is quite a sizable one in the Iskar territory. Rudian, please. I beg you. Marco, the village chief of Baron Village near the Iskar territory. Chief, I came here to rest. I didn't plan on this. Before recovering Diablo, I had planned to take a short break in my hometown. At first, I thought something serious had happened. But really? Please. OB, I'm begging you, Rudian. I've been receiving messages that the tax collector will be coming next week. Not only are the numbers off, but the paperwork is a mess. If it's not fixed, there'll be a big trouble. You're the only one who can do it. Well, if it's just once, I can bear it. Isn't it a problem? The punches and fines come together. Since you're smart enough to be employed by the Count's family, it'll be done quickly. Please, save me, okay? You should have learned when I told you. It's too difficult, or we could hire a scribe with the village funds. That would cost too much money. Hey, you. The just this time. Thanks, Rudian. You're the best treasure our village has ever produced. I came here to rest, but, nay allo am Rudian. Tonight, we'll have beef that I caught myself. I'll just go to the warehouse for a moment. Is that for real? I came here with nothing, but thanks to the chief, I managed to survive. Still, there are almost no mistakes. It's said that the knights with extreme physical strength and mana don't tire even after fighting day and night for a week. Is it because of mana? I'm actually not that tired. It's done. Here. I've been in this job for 2 years, so I can handle paperwork like this with my eyes closed. By the way, Rudian. Tomorrow, when the sun rises, go visit Rebecca. Why Rebecca? Why, you ask? She's been managing the house in your absence, so isn't it just polite to thank her? I didn't tell her to do that, though. Has she still been doing that? Yeah. She said she has to manage the house until you return, and she's been commuting there every day. Because of her, there are 3 people in the village who've caught a love sickness, and she's managing an empty house for you. Be a man, Rudian. Wow, you're really... Rudian, you got your vacation, right? How did she get here? Hey, Rebecca. I told you Rudian was tired, so he'll come tomorrow. Hee, sorry, Chief. Chief. I'm sorry. You know, you don't have to make such a face when we haven't seen each other in so long. Sorry. Rebecca. Her full name is Rebecca Vaughn Bloodrain. Let's have fun like we haven't seen each other in a while. She's more suited for the big city than this village, a beauty that's too good for a place like this. Moreover, she's outgoing and has received several confessions, and I've heard rumors that some nearby nobles are eyeing her. If it weren't for the protection of the chief, something big might have happened to her by now. Right. The beef. Normally, a man who rejects such a beauty would be called a cockblock. But I don't want to get involved and die. The real reason I left this village and became Karain's follower was because of Rebecca, too. A demon eater who absorbs demonic magic and turns it into the Blood Witch, Rebecca Bloodrain. She's one of the heroines of this 7-year universe. And the main lead in our protagonist's party. I'll love you till death, honey, she's the obsessive heroine. Who stabs the protagonist in the back and whispers love to him. This is the true form of Rebecca. Bloodrain, as it's obvious from the atmosphere of her castle, Rebecca is a demon hunter and has inherited the bloodline of her half-demon, half-human parents. A few years ago, she was almost kidnapped by those who wanted to target that bloodline. When I realized that, with the help of the chief, I rescued her with the vigilante group. And since then, Rebecca has shown me a deep affection. And finally told me her full name. I immediately ran to the Iskar Count's house after receiving an offer. Those emerald eyes and orange hair, they say they earn crimson once fully awakened, right? What are you looking at? Are you in love? Ah, it's nothing. At first, the name Rebecca was so common that I didn't realize who she was. By the time I figured it out, we were already close, so I couldn't keep my distance, and as a result, I handled things awkwardly. I'll go grab the salad and stew from the house. Just wait a moment, Rudian. No. You don't have to go that far. But still, I don't see the madness from the original story. She's a ticking time bomb that could explode at any moment, but the reason I can't coldly push her away is because both Rudian, the orphan, and I, who have to live alone here, find it hard to push away the warmth of others. Honestly, I don't have any strong attachment to Barren Village. Before being employed by the Count's house, I was openly looked down upon as an orphan. The only people close to me in this heart are the chief and Rebecca. If it weren't for Rebecca's awakening event, I would have just grabbed her myself. Captain. What is it, Colin? I've been thinking, don't you think we've gone too deep? Honestly, I don't even know what we're doing. We just have to follow orders. But aren't those orders too vague? We're supposed to infiltrate the Iskar territory pretending to be bandits. And we're supposed to find a Grand Master or a 9-class magician or someone who's contracted with a Spirit King. Even if such a person exists, isn't that just a death wish for us? I've never received such a ridiculous order before. They want us to find a top-tier powerhouse on the border, even on the level of the Empire's Quiller Duke. It's a miracle we haven't been caught by the Lionhearts so far. I know how ridiculous the order is, even if it's from the higher-ups. Just 3 days ago, the military commander himself issued the order to explore the Iskar territory and find whether there is a Grand Master, a 9-class wizard, or someone contracted with a Spirit King. And why the Iskar territory of all places? Just a few days ago, I received intel that a minor lord from the Iskar family had recovered the Duke Delphion's sacred sword, and less than half a day later, the search orders were sent down. Something is wrong, is there a connection? 3 days later. What's this? The atmosphere in the village feels off today. It seems like bandits have been appearing southeast of the village recently. Are they insane? This village isn't far from the Iskar capital at all. Barren if it were a poor territory or a remote area outside the reach of central power, maybe, but bandits appearing in such an important border area? Usually, they get wiped out by the nearby patrols. It's not confirmed yet, but since yesterday, adventurers who have been traveling across the border have been stopping by the village to give warnings before leaving, or so I've heard. The chief didn't mention anything like that. Today, it's late, and it seems like he's being a bit more cautious. Really? Bandits, it's too coincidental to brush off as a simple accident. In the 3 years I've been here, I've never seen bandits running wild in the borderlands. So, they've moved, haven't they? 2 days later, near the Iskar territory. Found it. This seems to be the place. As it was written in the original story, easy to find, compared to the fragmented keys scattered around the world or the places you can only enter during solar or lunar eclipses. In compare to those, it's the easy one to get. This place is relatively better hidden, but it's not unfindable. Why hasn't this location been known for so many years? Well, it's because everyone's dead. Demon Sword Diablo. A sword from the ancient era, that was active during the early stages of civilization and the War of the Second Era, so far back in human history that even records of it are hardly left. This is the Demon Sword Diablo. The ancient demon king Diablo was sealed in it. When it comes to its rank, it is comparable to the Holy Sword Grandia, not even remotely inferior to it. Originally, it is a weapon that could only be obtained after passing the most difficult trials. However, this sword is currently stuck in an empty cave, with no guardians or monsters guarding it. The reason it remains here, still without a master, is that the moment anyone tries to touch it, they are cursed and erased without a trace, even if they are the great dragons. If it were to be resurrected now, before the main story even starts, it would be a disaster of such magnitude that it could overturn the entire game board. This means that if I manage to control its power, I will have the strength to reshape the entire game board. So, the important thing is whether Adi's protective ability can truly withstand the curse of the demon sword. I wonder if he can stand still in front of the demon power. I'm not too worried about it, though. Really? According to the master, that demon sword is one of the demon kings who participated in the Great Demon War, right? That's right. I wasn't directly involved in the Great Demon War, but I do know the general level of the gods who participated back then. It's not certain until I see that demon sword myself, but considering it's weak due to the seal, I believe I can certainly protect the master. Trust me. How long ago was this sword created? The Great Demon War took place at least 10,000 years ago, and ADI said the ruins where that was sealed are about 3,000 years old. Could it be a Dora civilization? Maybe it's not just 3,000 years ago but from an even older civilization. It's here. The Demon Sword Diablo. On the surface, it looks like an ordinary sword without any particular decoration. In fact, it is this simplicity that is the reason Diablo chose it. Alright. Let's go. Huh. Wait, where did all my clothes go? More importantly, I can't move my body. My mind. Are you alright, master? You don't look alright. What do you see, ADI? By the way, how long was I unconscious? I purged the mental corruption that was trying to take over your brain. So about 5 minutes have passed. Mental corruption. I thought the curse on the demon sword wasn't just a simple case of mental corruption. It's the curse of Demon King transformation. That's right. Whoever becomes the master of this sword, he inherits part of the ancient Demon King's power and mind, and starts transforming into the Demon King and becoming the incarnation of Diablo. The problem, though, is that the power is so great, that no human can bear it, and their body crumbles. Thanks to ADI, I was able to avoid the curse of Demon King transformation and still wield the sword. Yes, this is enough. Even though I can't fully unleash its power due to the curse. Even Diablo itself is enough to overpower the abilities of a regular magical sword. What's that sound? Is this really the first human to meet in thousands of years? And in the end, he will die because they can't withstand the curse. Another failure. Damn it. What is this? I'm so bored being trapped here. Damn it, change UPLX, if I could get out of here. No, if there was even one being who could withstand the curse of the sword, I would use all my strength to help them without hesitation. But that kind of thing isn't possible. Is it? How could a mere human withstand a curse that even the Dragon Lord couldn't tender? That said, the promised time is near. TCH, I am so bored. I'll go back to sleep then. Human, stay strong. Don't be defeated by this curse. You can do it. Stay strong. Hey. You can do it, huh? You're noisy, so stop. You're still alive. No one has ever lasted more than 30 seconds holding this sword among humans. Wait. Did time distort due to the long seal? Ah. It hasn't even been 10 seconds yet. Are you really okay? I'm fine. Really? Yes, really fine. No way. This curse was designed by the archangels themselves, using intricate rituals. So even gods couldn't survive it. Wait, could they have been demons instead of angels? In that case, did you overcome the Demon King transformation? No, if that were true, the power would feel completely different. Then, that's right. You haven't been affected by the curse at all. Ugh. Ugh. Human. You're worthy. You are worthy to receive the aid of the sealed ancient demon king Diablo. Now, let's form a contract, not a curse contract, but a direct blood contract. You will gain the power to wreak havoc on the world without any cost. This is a proposal that has never been offered since the dawn of creation. Now, with the overwhelming status, he can probably do anything. But isn't there something missing from this story? Even though you're offering power without a cost, shouldn't you have mentioned that once the era of myth arrives, you can escape this sword freely? How do you know that? The contract you're proposing is from the sealed demon king Diablo. Once it's free from the seal, the contract will become void, right? Later in the novel, Diablo, who played the role of an external magical power battery for the main party, until the mythical war, he showed a willingness to lend his strength faithfully to the Swordmaster Crocs without any conditions. But once the seal was lifted, Diablo mercilessly killed Crocs. You. What are you? It doesn't matter what I am. Then let's make a bet. A bet? Use all your strength to try and dominate me. If you succeed, I'll willingly become your slave. But if you fail, for the next 100 years, you will give me all your strength and wisdom. Even if the era of myth arrives and you can escape the sword, it won't matter. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. You don't know your place. Do you? A mere human. Even if you've been lucky enough to avoid the curse. You're being too arrogant. Such arrogance. Would want to make it the arrogance of a demon king. Alright. 100 years. You've waited for 10.000 years. So what's 100 years? You have no reason not to cooperate. Gotcha. If there was no time limit on the bet, then Diablo would naturally be released in about 10 years, as promised. And no way he would accept my offer. But if there's a time limit means %100 that you'll accept my offer. Good. It's determined. If you can break free from my domination, that is. If I keep using you like this until the seal is lifted, it would be safer. But if I can fully utilize Diablo's power now, I'll be able to reduce the tremendous casualties in the upcoming Second Great Demon War. This. What's this? Could ADI have failed? No, if the mental corruption had taken over, I wouldn't have been able to think. But if I succeeded, I shouldn't be seeing this kind of sight. Diablo's true form was described as being so huge that it would cover mountains. But this is smaller than expected. Truly surprising. Could it be? There really was a human receiving the hidden blessing of the gods. No way. A human blessed by a hidden god actually exists. Hidden god. Are they talking about ADI? ADI definitely said it was an artificial intelligence created by civilization, but considering its power, it wouldn't be strange if someone mistook it for a god. But it seems even that blessing couldn't fully protect you. Since an imperfect lineage like this has emerged. The fact that this scene is unfolding right now, does that mean it's neither a success nor a failure, just an ambiguous situation? So, what are you going to do? All my powers have been sealed. But in exchange, you've temporarily lost the protection of that god. What am I going to do about it? Bring it on. If I can't predict what's going to happen from here, whether it turns into death or a meal, isn't it better to throw the dice and take a gamble? Huh. That's some impressive guts. What are you going to do? Are we going to fight? No, that I'll pass. Huh. To think you'd waver at just a single word. And yet you propose a duel with me. Truly befitting the demon king of arrogance. Shut up. I can sense an unusual flow of fate emanating from you. This is going to be very entertaining. So what? Fate, flow, whatever, what are you planning to do about it? It means I'll willingly cooperate with you. Kid. What? I have a gut feeling that following you around. And by dominating you right now. There's no need to make an enemy of that being either. Holy crap, that startled me. What the heck is that? Did I get caught up by Diablo while I let my guard down? Apologies, Master. The power that thing possesses was greater than expected, so the handling got delayed. I'll release the boundaries laws right now. Ha. He for the next 100 years. Take good care of me. Huh, I guess what's good is good, right? At least I've secured a foundation to prepare for the disasters to come. Hick. Gasp. Ha. What's this? You're training again. Didn't you say you were done with swordsmanship? Because I've found hope again. With ADI, mana, and Diablo, I can carve out a new path instead of just living as an extra. This is a world where wars break out even with alien species. That's why your own stats are just as important as your equipment. Should I join the Knights training again? With a mana stat of 20, it's about equivalent to the mana of an average knight, but realizing mana and actually wielding it are two entirely different things. If someone found out I suddenly started using mana, it'd be trouble. I absolutely can't let it show. But even if I train alone for ages, there's no way I'd properly master swordsmanship. Isn't there a better way? Rudian, about that thing from yesterday. I'm thinking of discussing some countermeasures with the village chief. If you mean that thing from yesterday, it's definitely about those guys, bandits, or demons or whatever. Wait a sec, Rebecca. Are you listening? There hasn't been anything unusual yet. Requesting help from the main estate is a separate matter. We should at least prepare the bare minimum. Of course, the best outcome would be if nothing happens at all. Well, if push comes to shove, I could just take care of them myself, so it's fine. Wait a second. Could it be? This isn't Rebecca's awakening event, is it? Since I stopped Rebecca from nearly getting kidnapped, there's a chance the original story's been twisted. Even though I couldn't just stand by out of sympathy, the butterfly effect from that could be fatal. Rudian, what's wrong? Is there something on my face? Haha. No, it's nothing. Luciella, it's raining, so let's take it slow. Uncle, they say the holy sword Daylight, missing for 50 years, has been found. Aren't you excited? We're not so weak that we need to stake our fate on a single symbolic relic, are we? Still, I'm so curious. Even if Daylight isn't the holy sword of the God of Order, isn't it one of the Empire's most renowned divine artifacts? That's true, but even if it takes some time to retrieve it, they should have gathered a team worthy of it with proper etiquette. Uncle, your presence alone is more than enough etiquette for the Iskar family. Ugh, if you hadn't dragged me into this duo trip, I wouldn't be suffering like this. Rebuild the palisade. Did you set this up thinking it's a trap? Sharpen the blades properly. You idiots, can't you do it right? Are you all planning to die together like this? If you don't know, go ask Rudian for details. He's a veteran who's been through all sorts of things while serving the young lord. Stop yapping and go ask him. Listen well. You're telling us to take orders from a filthy orphan. That guy who begged at the chief's house sure climbed high. Are you alright, master? Not really, but it's not like it's the first or second time I've heard it. I don't really care. Your expression says otherwise. Hee hee. That negative emotion looks pretty good on you. But for someone who's supposedly my contractor to be mocked by trash like that isn't exactly pleasant. With just a bit of demonic energy, I could turn them into long-grade monsters. How about it? Let's see. Stop it. What a shame. It could have been a fun spectacle. You seem desperate to use your power. I'm just bored. Hey, Rudian. The person you were looking for is here. That's the guild member from the information guild I requested through the village chief a while back. Greetings, Rudian of Iskar. Conscion Hill has been attacked. That's right. By now, the news has probably reached Count Iskar's ears too. Confronting Hill is a military stronghold, so at the very least, these aren't naturally occurring bandits from within the Empire. Their true identity must be, exactly. Those bandits are likely soldiers from the Rohan's kingdom, disguised and infiltrated. Right now, they've hidden in the nearby mountains. Once the pursuing garrison retreats, they resume their activities, stirring up the surrounding territories. 3 territories have already been hit like this. A large-scale subjugation force will probably be formed soon, so it'll be resolved quickly, but, no, the problem isn't the bandits. If it were just a cavalry unit, I could handle it somehow with my current strength. The real issue is whether there are demons or their minions mixed in with them. If that's the case, it'll be a much tougher fight than I expected. Master, they're coming. Huh, already? Sigh, well then, no choice. What? Help me out a bit. Fine. Why not? It'd be good entertainment to gauge the level of this era's descendants. But keep this in mind. Even if I lend you my power without a price. Your body right now is far too frail to handle my strength. I know that. Heh heh heh. If you became a demon like I suggested. It'd be so simple. I know that too. If I became a demon, I'd just end up getting hunted down by the protagonist or some secret society, so that's the problem. Rudian. She looks really anxious. Is it reacting to the crisis because of the demon eater's blood? Don't worry, Rebecca. Wait here for an hour. I'll finish it quick and come back. Of this is the direct jurisdiction of the Iskar Margrave territory. Of we've already confirmed through the Information Guild that you're not just some random band of marauders. Oh, really? Looks like the Empire's Information Guild is pretty. Seems like we stirred things up too openly and got found out fast. Soon, those Iskar bastards will come chasing with an army. We've been suffering for days because of this damn order, so we'll take our compensation from you lot. That guy, he's quasi-knight level. Name, Bernard Calcho. Occupation, Rohan's Kingdom Special Cavalry Unit. Cooper, 3rd Squad Leader. Age, 32. Title, None. Strength, 17. Agility, 21. Vitality, 18. Magic Power, 15. Total Combat Power, 1280. Occupation, Rohan's Kingdom Special Cavalry Linnet. These must be the ones who attacked the nearby villages and hills. Since a fight is now certain, staying here to battle is suicide. Village Chief. Everyone, retreat. Huh? What the hell, these guys? Where do you think you're running off to? You bastards. Why aren't you chasing them already? Die. He's blocking it. A sword imbued with mana. This bastard, he's infused his sword with mana. For a kid, you've got a nice sword. Hulch, looks like I've scored some good loot at the last minute, guess I'm pretty lucky today, huh? Who said it's yours, you bastard? What? You dare think of running with cavalry right in front of you? Oh, you filthy rats. You bastards. They've prepared for this with intent. You're only realizing that now. Judging by how there's no sign of life deeper in the village, they must have evacuated the people beforehand. Kill them all. There aren't many shooting arrows. If we're careful, there's no problem. Corner them and kill them one by one, slowly. A militia? They're just civilians. No matter how many there are, they can't beat us. What the? These little rats. This guy knows how to handle a sword. He's the one who blocked the captain's strike. Don't underestimate him just because he's a kid. Shoot the arrows. Lure them deep inside, thoroughly. Captain, what should we do? It seems they've prepared quite a bit. Should we wait for the follow-up unit? Chase them down right now. Are you sure you'll be okay, Rudian? We need to reduce their numbers as much as possible. Even with the skill gap, if we use the terrain advantage, we have a chance. That's not what I mean. How long can you hold out against those soldiers? Huh, don't worry. I absolutely won't die. The old me would have struggled to even face 1 or 2 soldiers. But now, I'll be back. I've finally managed to get at least 1 foot in this damn world. Haha. No. I have to go. But if I go, I'll just get in Rudian's way. I have to hold back, I have to. I want to eat. If I borrow Diablo's power, I could deal with this easily, but it's still a force I can't control. If I recklessly use it and it goes wild on its own, there's a high chance the entire village would get swept up. You can wield mana. Don't get closer. There's a trap. These crazy bastards. They set up traps meant for monsters. Obviously, beast hunting traps are the best for dealing with beasts. Damn them, they've turned their turf into a complete hellhole. In the villages we ambushed before, cutting a few heads as examples made them crawl on their own. So why are these guys resisting so desperately? This is the grid of Barren Village. Did you think you could swallow this village with just those pitiful soldiers, you weaklings? Village chief, quiet down a bit. Barren Village has the highest ratio of retired soldiers. Even the average villagers have learned basic spear techniques. Plus, the village chief, Marco, is a former centurion who got kicked out of the military after causing trouble. In a one-on-one fight, he's a tough guy who could even take on members of the special unit. Lord Marco's days as a centurion in his youth. You bastards. Once we kill you guys, it's over. He's not someone to underestimate just because he's young. He's a kid not even fully grown, yet he blocked a mana-infused attack. You're the heart of this village, huh? Hard to believe, though. You've already awakened mana at that age. In respect for your and your villagers' desperate struggle, I'll let you in on one fact. This place was originally where our Cooper unit planned to wrap up our strategy. Baron, if we go any further, we'd hit the Iskar main estate anyway, so we figured this was our practical limit. And I'm just a squad leader for Cooper, not the captain. Do you know what that means? So you're saying you're not the only ones attacking here? Heh, correct. Right now, we've achieved this much thanks to most of the traps we prepared working. But if just one more squad shows up, this place will definitely turn into a wasteland. Can we hold out? Surely, reinforcements from the Iskar main estate are on their way, but the question is whether the militia can hold out until they arrive. Should I use Diablo's power? It's not the worst-case scenario yet. Let's deal with the ones in front of us first and think after. What are you doing, Bernard? The captain. Shit. This guy. Trait, mid-tier minion of Demon King Iblis, half-human half-demon, a demon's lackey. Damn it, the one silver lining is that this guy showed up alone without any other companions. His base stats alone completely overwhelm mine, don't they? Are those numbers in parentheses the power he got as a minion? Combat power of 3,620. In terms of combat power, he's a powerhouse on par with Derek. A guy like this is just a mid-tier minion, not even upper tier. Can I even take him on? As a devoted reader of the original story, I knew roughly how strong named demons were, but seeing it in text and facing it in reality are completely different dimensions, aren't they? Sorry, Captain. My incompetence caused us to lose a lot of men. Incompetent fool. Sorry. Village chief, run. Damn it. Everyone, scatter. I'm worried about Rudian, but right now, I can't afford to look after him. From experience, that guy's way beyond what we can handle. Please survive, Rudian. What? Why are you ing with us? What did you say? Weren't you contacted beforehand? Or, did we move too fast, and the orders didn't come down properly? Even so, this is something happening in your territory. What are you even saying? Don't underestimate my senses. There's no need to play the hypocrite. Do you think I wouldn't notice that you're someone who serves the same great beings as I do? I am Alec Huma, a minion of the great demon King Iblis. What's your name, and who do you serve? This bastard. He's mistaken me for one of his fellow minions. The trace of demonic energy I got as proof of my contract with Diablo. Did he sense that and assume I'm a minion like him? Heh, for a human, you've got some sharp instincts. Since it's come to this, Should I buy some time so the village chief and militia can escape? I'm Rudian. You don't have a family name. You're not a noble. Who do you serve? That's only natural. Demons infiltrating human forces while hiding their identities tend to be pickier about status when choosing their minions. But there's a way to quell that suspicion. I serve Lady Asmodeus. Who? Oh, you serve the goddess of lust and indulgence. Indeed, only fellow comrades would know that name. Goddess? Goddess? A lowly punk like Asmodeus is a goddess. Just what happened to the hierarchy and order of the demon realm while I was asleep? You do look pretty weak, so it makes sense you'd be favored by a goddess. Appearance is a skill too, so I get it. The reason I specifically mentioned Asmodeus is because her sole criterion for choosing minions isn't status, but one thing only. Being young and pretty. I've never received any special instructions from her. You're the ones invading my land right now. This is tricky. It seems the information didn't reach this place properly, unlike our Erebos. Maybe they haven't taken root here yet? Where did they send it that I still haven't gotten word? It's a bit far from here, so that might be why. Surely, the letter must have reached Viscount Belstead properly. Viscount Belstead, huh, I definitely know the name Viscount Belstead. So that guy's a demon puppet. Ah, I see. Now I remember, Count Gus von Belstead. No, he's a Viscount now. Was he the liaison for that Viscount family? He was such a minor extra in the original story that I forgot about him. So it really was the chaos from Casley Richmond's death that caused all this. And that's why they sent a powerhouse like you to a village like this. What's with that killing intent? Nothing much. What's weird about steeling myself for battle with an enemy in front of me? By the way, you think you can face me with that measly strength? Neither the power bestowed by grace nor the strength you've built as a human, in every aspect, you're inferior to me. Yeah, I don't even have any bestowed powers to begin with, and my abilities as a knight are worlds apart from yours. That's only when comparing pure ability, though. Kid, your body can only handle this power for a mere minute. Oh, if you exceed the limit, even a god won't be able to fully protect you. I know. Then, shall we see how useful the minion of that punk Iblis really is? This. What? Why isn't it regenerating? It probably feels like your soul is being sliced apart. Because Diablo's blade isn't just about raw cutting power. The reason the magic sword Diablo is classified as top tier is that it becomes a key factor in the story's later stages, one of the weapons capable of god-slaying. Diablo's power doesn't just cut the body, it deals direct damage to the soul and divinity. A power that can inflict fatal wounds on immortal beings, that's the true value of Diablo. Originally, I planned to risk my life in a close-quarters fight, but it's a good thing you let your guard down. You think you've won with just this? Why? My power's being sucked into the demonic energy. That power is definitely not something the goddess of lust could grant. Obviously, how dare you compare me to that small fry? Quiet down a bit. The time limit's almost up. This can't be. A berserker granted power by Lord Iblis, losing to a punk like you? No way. Normally, combat using demonic energy pollutes the surrounding land and air, causing a side effect of demonification, but another reason Diablo is so useful is that it can cleanly absorb other demons' demonic energy. By absorbing demonic energy like this, there's no pollution or worry about getting caught. Someday, I'll cut off the heads of every damn demon in the Rohan's kingdom. You treacherous bastard. Still delusional, huh? Time to die. Phew. Seeing a whole person get sucked in like that, it really must be a magic sword. He, consider yourself lucky. If even a trace of demonic energy had lingered, it would have been a problem. I know. But why did you send that human girl away separately? Is she yours? What nonsense is that? The demons might have been getting Rebecca. Of course, this whole incident was because Casley disappeared. Well, if she's a descendant of that predator, it's no wonder the demons would take interest. If she awakens, she might turn into something worth looking at. Why not awaken her and keep her by your side? She's got a face that human men would like, doesn't she? Shut up, will you? If you'd seen how the protagonist suffered in the original story, you'd never suggest something like that. Rebecca's awakening was ultimately the honest Abel's choice. If possible, I'd rather she just live a normal life like this. Don't talk about Rebecca. I've got no intention of staying connected with her going forward. Well, we'll see how that turns out. If the original story's plot continues with Rebecca becoming Abel's companion later, we might meet again, but not now. Master, someone's approaching. What? More of those marauder bastards already. But they don't seem hostile. It's just an ordinary old man and a girl. An old man and a girl. For travelers, that's a slightly odd pairing. What should I do? With my stamina drained right now, if they're not enemies, there's no need to avoid them. Opwe, how is this ordinary by any stretch? That luxurious fabric, anyone can tell they're nobles. If I'd known they were nobles, I'd have already bolted. Hello. The smell of blood. Greetings. You're like a wary little dog. But as a warrior, you pass. With your current capabilities, you cannot discern the opponent's information. You've got some decent instincts. I can't get their info because of the capability gap. They're strong. Insanely so. Did you do all this? Not alone. I did it with the village militia, but... This corpse looks like your work. Yes, that was me. You look like you're still in your teens. Which family's young master are you? It's been a while since Uncle's shown this much interest, It's because he's got the skill to warrant it. In a backwater place like this with no proper academy, awakening mana at that age naturally piques interest. He figured out I have mana just from my appearance. Mana, you say? I'm not even a graduating student from the Maha Empire Academy. If you were an academy student, I'd have known. He's a much bigger deal than I thought. Who the hell is he? He doesn't seem like a noble from around here. So, what's your name? Rudian, sir. Your family name? My family name, I don't have one. You're not a knight? No. I'm a squire to Lord Karain von Iskar. Anyone would be shocked to learn a mana-awakened swordsman is just a squire. Even that mana was gained through the most cheated method possible. This is my hometown, and I fought to protect the village, to protect its assets. And, plus, I kinda wanted to test out this power I finally got. Who might you two be? You don't seem like people I've seen around here. I've worked as a squire for years, and even among nobles, I don't recall them. 9 times out of 10, they're from outside. Us, you say? I'm Keitel von Delphi I, Marquis. I'm Lysiella von Delphi I. Keitel von Delphi I. The Sword Saint of the Empire. The undisputed top active sword master of the Mauryan Empire, and the younger brother of Duke Delphi I, the current power behind the empire. A colossal figure who once served as the commander of the previous royal guard. More importantly, the predecessor to the Sword Saint Crocs, who joins the protagonist's party in the original story, the former Sword Saint. And looking at it, he's still active in this era. Luciella rings a bell too. The protagonist's steadfast supporter and a commander on the anti-demon front. In the original, she was already married, so she didn't make it as a heroine candidate. Still, she was fanatically loved by some readers with peculiar tastes. Of course, right now, forget marriage, she doesn't even look like an adult yet, more like my age. Totally fresh-faced. That ever-confident expression matches the original descript, tie-in perfectly too. The fact that Delphi I nobles are here, it's gotta be about appraising the holy sword, right? Who taught you the sword? Well. Calm down. I learned the basics from a passing mercenary, and trained here and there by joining the knight's drills. A passing mercenary? Someone hiding their identity? If it were the mercenary king, I'd understand. No notable traits about your master. I'd love to meet them sometime. Me? A passing mercenary. How do I say I learned swordsmanship from an AI? The swordsmanship I learned was from the Adora civilization, stored in Adi's data. I haven't even fully mastered its forms yet, but in a way, I might be the only inheritor of that ancient swordsmanship in this era. Uncle, don't press him so hard. You're making Rudian uncomfortable. Sorry about that, he's usually pretty reserved, but he's unusually excited today. A noble apologizing. Especially noble kids, most of them are total jerks. No, it's fine. Since the village is a mess, let's start cleaning up first. Uncle, help out a bit too. Ugh, fine. Now I get why Luciella was so loved by readers in the original. Truly, a heroine candidate. But, get a feast ready right now. Sir Derek, take charge of guarding the Marquis and the young lady. Why am I getting dragged to the main estate? I'm still on vacation, you know. I don't want to get tangled up in more complicated stuff. Why does a mere squire like me have to be involved in appraising the holy sword? Let's meet again later. Thanks for your hard work, Rudian. I wonder if Rebecca's okay. She seemed so tense, like she might catch a cold. For some reason, Rebecca refused nursing and ended up dragged here too. Well, even if I stayed in the village, I'd just get roped into repair work, so I willingly came along anyway. Who would have thought, though, that the blood smell I caught when I first met Marquis Keitel and Luciella was from those Marauder Special Forces. Just the two of them wiped out over 500 elite soldiers. I need to get stronger too. Recovering all of Adi's terminals will mean facing insane risks. To properly wield Diablo, I need to reach at least master level. In my current situation, rather than rolling as a mercenary, or it'd be better to join the Night Order's training and boost my personal skills as much as possible. Wahahaha. Sounds like the feast is in full swing. Hearing the laughter and chatter, it seems the daylight matter wrapped up nicely. Not bad. About 5 years from now, forget feasts, this place will turn into hell, but I hope they can at least live carefree until then. Master, a guest. Huh. It's me. Rudian, why aren't you at the feast? Young lord. What am I supposed to do, join a noble party as a commoner and get chewed out? Well, naturally, I'm not of the status to join. What are you talking about? You're my squire, so you should be assisting your master at the feast too. Otot, sorry, young lord. I wish he'd acknowledge that I'm still on vacation. I was short-sighted. Yeah, as long as you get it. So, Rudian. I heard you made quite a big contribution this time too. Ah, thank you, sir. The news already reached the Count's ears. Normally, it'd take days after an investigation into my deeds before word got around. That means either Marquis Keitel or Luciella directly reported my actions to the Count. That's unexpected. The Count is very pleased with your performance this time. What's this? Why is Derek so talkative today? Well, things with the Delphi 1 ducal family worked out well, but they had one additional request. Huh, interesting. But is that really something he needs to come tell me about? And that is that I enroll in the Imperial Academy and train there for 7 years. The Academy, you say? Yep. I can kinda guess. Even though Karain earned merit recovering daylight this time, from the ducal family's perspective, if that troublemaker screws up again, it'd hurt their reputation. They probably want Karain to diligently spend 7 years at the Academy to bury his past dishonor, huh? While the ducal family's dreaming an impossible dream. And for that Academy trip, Rudian, you're included too. Me. The Holy Sword daylight is indeed genuine. The unique sensation of the Holy Sword I felt as a child is still there. Ooh. As expected. Simmer was a knight who reached the peak of expert level 50 years ago. If he became a Death Knight, he would have reached master level by now. Although we provided the information, I didn't expect you to actually succeed. I'll have to re-evaluate Lion Hearts. Sir Derek Wanhausen. Your reputation as the Iron Lion of the East seems to be no exaggeration. How about it, do you have any intention of having a duel with me sometime? It's an honor. Here is the confirmation that the Holy Sword has been formally acquired. Let's conclude the main business with this. I wish to make a trivial request of my Count. A trivial request. Bringing it up here where all the vassals are gathered means, it's not a trivial request but a determined one. Among the young lord squires, I heard there is a child named Rudian. Rudian? That child is surely. Could you give that child to me? May I know the reason you want that child? To be honest, it's because I covet the child's talent. I looked into it and heard he's a commoner who hasn't even received the knight's oath. In the foundation run directly by the ducal family, I wish to place that child. The ducal family's foundation, it's hard to get into even with considerable talent. I'm hungry. Did that child Rudian have talent worthy of the Marquis's interest? I heard he didn't even have any mana talent. My son might be a bit disappointed, but if the Marquis desires it, it's only natural to give him you. There's something. Still, that child is one I've marked as talent to assist my son who will become the future lord. How about this? First, let's send Rudian to the academy, and until he graduates, both families will take care of him. Afterwards, when that child graduates and becomes a proper knight, wouldn't it be fine to let him choose his own affiliation then? I don't know why the Marquis covets that child, but if he's truly valuable, I can just bring him back then. Letting him choose his affiliation later. That sounds good, not bad. I should take this opportunity to enroll my son in the academy as well. Father? Since it's come to this, might as well resolve Colin's enrollment too. And so, you will officially become a transfer student at the academy and enroll together with the young master. It's all good, but, what about my opinion? We meet again. See you later then. You worked hard, Rudian. Saying, see you later, was this the plan from the start? I'll give you a week to sort things out. After that, come up to the capital with us. Understood. Accepting Uncle's proposal was a good choice. I'm glad to have a good junior. I'm also glad to quit my squire duties without handing them over. Though it's a shame I won't see the junior who will become Colin's next sacrifice. Then, see you in a week. Tavern near Barren Village. Here, Rudian. Have a drink. Who knew a Sir Knight would be born from our village? Okay. I'm just an aspiring knight, not a knight yet. Going to the academy in the capital, no less, it's practically decided already. Knighthood is guaranteed, I know well because I'm ex-military. The key question is which noble's banner you'll serve under, right? Oh right, speaking of which, what about Rebecca? Still lying down. The trauma from the last incident seems quite severe. Is that so? Are you okay, Rebecca? Yeah, I'm a bit better than before. I heard you're going up to the capital. Rudian. Do you really have to go? This is the first time Rebecca has asked so directly. Just working here, I think it would be nice to live quietly and happily together. I know it's selfish of me, but I just thought I'd ask, just in case. Actually, the original story is just the original story. Saying I avoided her because she's an obsessive heroine is an excuse. In the coming age of chaos, Rebecca's importance and significance, I despaired at my own incompetent situation, unable to reach even the tip of her toes, so I ignored her feelings. But now, I wish I could do that too, if possible. The villagers might think I've made it big, but actually, I don't particularly like things like making it big. But there's something I absolutely must do. If I just let things be, this barren village will disappear within at least 10 years. Rebecca, having lost her place due to the Rohan's kingdom's invasion, eventually meets the protagonist Abel and sets off on an adventure. Even if I stay put, Abel will drive out the demons, but the village and people I know will surely disappear. That wouldn't be good for me, nor for Rebecca. Only I, who knows the future of this world, can prevent it. It will surely be hard and difficult work, but it's something only I can do. To do that, I must walk this path. I don't expect Rebecca to understand the meaning of these words. Rudian, if I awakened this blood, will it be helpful to you? Somehow, you knew, didn't you, Rudian? How does Rebecca know that, in the original work, she shouldn't have known until she got involved with the protagonist? Absolutely don't. That is, a power that makes you unhappy. The power of the demon eater that Rebecca possesses is fundamentally a power that absorbs demonic energy, which is fatal to humans. The stronger it becomes, the more it sickens the mind. Rebecca, even if the protagonist Abel's fate is twisted, I want you to live happily here. I just hope you continue to exist as your bright and energetic self. If only I could replace Abel. Alright, I'll just stay put. Good thinking. Instead, make me just one promise, Rudian. What is it? When everything is over. Don't stray elsewhere, you have to come to me. Of course. It was you, wasn't it? What do you mean? It was your doing. Rebecca's condition. Oh, dear. Such wild conjecture. It might not be conjecture. The manifestation of a demon eater only reacts after encountering demonic energy. And with demonic energy from at least a high-rank demon or higher. Wielding demonic energy against others without my consent is a breach of contract, isn't it? I to think a human of this era knows even that. As expected, it was right to follow you. Are you admitting it? No, if that human woman's awakening was truly this body's doing, it would be normal for me to take damage too. But right now, this body is perfectly fine. Of course, I admit it's due to the great power I possess. But it's merely an indirect cause. Don't tell me. You seem to have noticed. Damn it, was it because of me? The proof of the contract with Diablo, the minuscule amount of demonic energy existing inside the heart. No matter how minuscule, it was powerful enough to sufficiently affect the sleeping demon-eater blood. Next time, I'd appreciate it if you could tell me in advance if possible. I shall keep it in mind. Though I doubt the result would have changed even if I had told you. I hope nothing bad happens. A week later. This is the capital of the Mauryan Empire. Nevan. Capital of the Mauryan Empire. Now it really feels like I've arrived in a fantasy world. The scale is probably 30 times bigger than the Iskar estate. Oh, Buffamon. Did you eat something good or something? Huh. I mean your father, even Derek too. I just don't get why everyone's so hung up on you. And in Caline probably can't even imagine that I've awakened to mana. Once you graduate from the academy, my father even told me to bring you straight into our house. That's strange. Is that so? No wonder something weird like a joint sponsorship happened, so that's the reason. But I doubt the Count told him to say all this in front of me. I believe in the bond of friendship between us. My father said to keep it secret, but we're not exactly the kind to keep secrets from each other, right? Ah, sure. Friendship, huh? More like the grudges I've built up cleaning up after you. Well, see you again when the academy starts. As a commoner, you'll probably be looked down on, but if you stick by me, no one will dare. He still doesn't get it. Young master. Honestly, rather than me getting looked down on, I'm more worried about him getting expelled for causing trouble. But hey, not my problem anymore. Main estate of House Delphi 1 tell I ask for Drandu the Holy Sword, and you bring me some random thing again. It's a hobby I picked up in my later years. Aren't you being a bit harsh? Older brother. I didn't think Iskar would actually succeed though. Duke Vincent Delphi 1, head of House Delphi 1. Duke Vincent Delphi 1, elder brother to Keitel and a key figure in the Mauryan Empire. Here it is, brother. So the prophecy from our predecessor really came true. A prophecy? Come on in for now. Rudian, was it? It's been a while since I've seen Keitel so fixated on someone. I'd like to speak with you for a bit, would you join me? Me? What's going on? First, let me say you've done well after such a long journey. It's only natural that recovering the Holy Sword took that much effort. This isn't just a casual meeting. If they're letting me into the estate, they've got a reason. Wouldn't you be the one with more reason to feel bitter, brother, after all you gave to those Iskar bastards? That's a price I'm willing to pay. That's why I find it strange, you've never cared about the Foundation's affairs, never once paid attention to the kids you brought in until now, so what's with the sudden change today? Why go so far as to bring this one all the way in here? Right. May I call you Rudian? Yes, Your Grace. Very well, Rudian. From what I hear, following Iskar's leadership style, you personally joined the dungeon raid. Is that correct? Yes, it is. And I also heard you were the key player in destroying the dungeon's core and ending the life of Simmer Dran, who was surviving by fusing with the dungeon. That's also true. How does a duke in the capital know this much detail about what happened inside the dungeon? Then tell me, Simmer Dran, did he say anything when you confronted him? Anything at all, even the smallest remark? Tell me everything Simmer said to you. Whatever it was. What do you mean by that, brother? Simmer dran, I thought he just stole something, there's really no need to hide it anyway. He doesn't even realize the ground beneath his feet is rotting away, huh? If I had to point out one thing, just before he vanished, he used the word, master, as his final words. Brother. Daylight's other name is the Holy Sword of Prophecy. Our predecessor acted to atone for his sins, but it seems the inevitable is finally upon us. What are you talking about, brother? No, it's nothing. Thank you, Rudian, for indulging my curiosity. Mock Imperial Academy. It's rare for someone to escort their sponsored student personally. Long time no see, headmaster. I believe the last time was at the Crown Prince's birthday banquet last year. Headmaster of Mock Imperial Academy, Viscount Rosie's Bayvalent. 30 years ago, a war hero who rose to fame in the Northern Front against the barbarians. That Rosie's Bayvalent? He is the one uncovered in Iskar territory. Goes by the name Rudian. Looks like you didn't just recover the holy sword, you got an unexpected bonus. He's a useful one. Are you saying he's not just talented, but a genius? Perhaps. He might be on Crook's level. Wait, what? A talent comparable to Crook's. Crook's is the only one, aside from the protagonist, who can fight gods with a sword. If he's like Crook's, that's not talent, it's a disaster. No need to test him extensively. We'll know in a few years either way. But since he's a commoner, I hope you'll keep an eye out for him. Not that there are any real fools in this academy, but I'll make sure of it. If there are, I'll educate them like the Northern barbarians. Mock Imperial Academy Dormitory. What the hell? This is a private room? It's as nice as Caline's room. This is where you'll be staying for the next 7 years. Do you like it? Absolutely. But, may I ask why you're doing all this for me? I reviewed the contract I received from the Delphi One Foundation, and aside from the joint sponsorship with the Iskar family, there's no pressure or obligations at all. The reason, wanting to support a promising talent for the future, isn't a good enough answer. No, it's not. For a charity project, it's way too expensive. And even though it costs that much, there's not even the slightest safeguard in the contract. You used to work as the young lady's secretary too, smart as a whip, just as I heard. If the Count and I made a bet. After you graduate from the academy, will you join the Lion Hearts? Or will it be the Glory Knights? That's the wager. What now? What the heck is he talking about now? Well, that's all you need to know for now. That's why there's nothing about obligations in the contract. But I'm not planning to pick either. The academy is just a stepping stone, after all. I look forward to seeing which choice you make. My choice is to dip out with all the benefits. Rudian's room. Diablo. What is it, brat? Didn't you sense anything magical within the Delphi One estate? That's a random question. But to answer, I didn't sense any kind of magic. Are you sure? You little brat. Even if most of my senses are sealed within the sword, do you really think I, Diablo, wouldn't be able to sense something like that? Is something bothering you, master? A little. In the original story, Duke Vincent and Keitel, they were assassinated by demons. After Vincent and Keitel were assassinated, the Delphi One Duchy came under Luciella's leadership. The situation with the Duke's family was just left as a MacGuffin. Why is that? If we think about it in terms of a realistic cause and effect, I can understand Keitel, but the Duke being assassinated too. That's definitely strange. Keitel was definitely killed during a trip outside the capital, just like this one. But the Duke was assassinated right within the capital, in plain sight. It doesn't make sense that he was assassinated just because he was an enemy of the demons. If that were the case, most high-ranking nobles in the capital would be on the hit list too. There's something going on. Something important that can't be brushed aside. Looks like I'd better get a little closer to the Duke's household, As expected. There are plenty who recognize the master's true worth. Let's go. I know transferring is tough, but this level of attention is kind of overwhelming. So many delicious-looking souls. In human terms, I believe this is called a buffet. Could you shut up for a sec? Is it because I'm backed by the Keitel Foundation? But that can't be it. Spawn, sword students just in the night department. I've heard there are over 30. Including me, there are 7 first years. Hey there. Mind if I sit next to you? Sure. Hello. I'm Rudian. I'm glad I got to meet the infamous transfer student. 3rd year at Mock Imperial Academy, Adele. I'm Adele. We're on the same foundation. I'm your senior. Pleased to meet you, senior. But still, the infamous transfer student. Huh. You didn't know. It's been nearly 10 years since the founder, Tyan, brought in a transfer student. Okay, 10 years might be a big deal, but is that really worth all this attention? I mean, it's not like a prince or princess transferred and it's just some random nobody commoner. You really didn't know, huh? You see, transfers are basically banned at Mock Academy. I do know that much. The only ones who can bypass that are those with exceptional renown, or high-ranking nobles close to the imperial family. In your case, it's partly because Sword Saint Keitel personally brought you in. And because since Crooks, there hasn't been a transfer student from our foundation. Crooks the Sword Saint came from the Delphi 1 Foundation. Not just you, but also the young lord of House Iskar, who retrieved the Holy Sword, the brave Malign. He's also getting a lot of attention for similar reasons. Come to think of it, Kalane's in the same department, but in a different class, right? Now that I think about it, I don't think I can do without you. Not like I'd go out of my way to meet him anyway. Also, the reason I came to find you is because of a special request from the Student Council President. You mean the Student Council President? Princess Luciella. You've met Lord Keitel, right? Then you've at least heard her name. Luciella is the Student Council President. When a commoner first enters this academy, it's only natural to feel overwhelmed and not know what to do. So we have a tradition in our foundation of guiding new students. I've been assigned as your guide. But still, you're in the night department. It'd be a bit disappointing if our first meeting was just a formal introduction, right? For aspiring knights, starting with a conversation of the body is trotty Tyan, don't you think? Everyone here's really nice, so don't be too nervous. A conversation of the body. Mock Imperial Academy Training Arena. Nice to meet you, I'm Oliver Duran. I'm a 5th-year student. Always nice to meet a rising star. Claudia Reyes, also 5th year. I was expecting some kind of monster, but you're just a cute kid. And this here is Karen Letitia, Mock Imperial Academy. I'm in my final year, pleasure to meet you. I heard the Sword Saint personally brought you in. Is that true? It's only thanks to Lord Keitel seeing something in me. He wouldn't praise someone without good reason. So I think it's best we get a look at your skills now. Let's have a match. Oh, come on. Don't worry. Obviously, I won't go all out against a freshman. Just want to get a feel for your abilities. Let's go full power, then. That expression says otherwise. Karen-senpai, didn't you say you wouldn't go overboard? When did I say I'd devour you? I just said I'd have a taste. Isn't that basically the same thing? I'll admit, I'm curious. I've heard Lord Keitel only ever chose one person before, and that was Sir Crooks. Do I really have no choice? Should I just beat them all and take over? That's an unusual stance. May I ask the name of your sword style? Adora style. It's a sword-based martial art. Never heard of it in my life. Come at me, then. With pleasure. How should I put this? Bit disappointing, honestly. He doesn't seem to have proper lower body control, his movements are too light. And his form is kind of a mess. You dare insult a sacred sword style that can kill gods? Do you have any idea how much the creators agonized over it? These blind fools that have no eyes for the truth. Hush, it's still a sparring match. No need to hold back, I am giving it my all, though. This can't be, I wouldn't realize it without facing it myself. From the outside, it just looks like wild swinging with no stance, but every move is aimed freely, each motion organically linked, creating a chain of counters that block any form of retaliation. This is a sword style designed purely to kill, impressive, but still. Your lack of mastery is far too obvious. I don't think this is enough to catch Lord Keitel's eye. Unless there's something more I don't know about. Disappointing. Let's end this. Huh? What? How? That was a mana-enhanced strike. You can't block that unless you can control mana yourself, which means dash. This is pretty much cheating, don't you think, senior? Ah. Ow, my arm, she channeled mana into her wooden sword. Was she planning to humiliate me in front of everyone? A newly admitted student using mana. And a commoner, no less. I see. Now I get how you became a transfer student. That last blow, I didn't actually expect you to block it. I apologize for testing you like that. As your senior, it was wrong of me to channel mana into my blade. I hope nothing like this happens again. Luciella probably introduced me thinking she was being considerate, but her judgment of people might be a bit off. As an apology, I'll grant you one request, would that help smooth things over? Using mana on a freshman, what was I thinking? Karen-senpai is apologizing. Reb, he blocked a mana-charged strike. What's all this commotion? Karen. I came on Lady Lucy La's orders to check on the new student. Kepler-senpai, actually, this is. I can already tell by the look of it. You got cocky trying to test his skills and took a hit, huh? Elvin. It's not like she meant any harm. Apologies, Junior. Elvin Kepler. Isn't that the family that appears as the main villain against the protagonist's party? And I'm pretty sure Elvin, in the original story, my name is Elvin Kepler. He was the character who assisted the final boss, wasn't her? This guy has such an aggressive personality. I'll arrange another meeting soon. Wait, Elvin. I don't need your help. At a gathering to welcome new students. Shouldn't things like factions or positions not matter? Besides, I came here at Lady Luciella's request. I don't think we're in a position to disregard her authority. Am I wrong? As a senior student, I'll take responsibility for today's events. Responsibility, huh? I wasn't planning to associate with these guys anymore. But if the one trying to make a connection is Kepler, that's a different story. If senior says so. Master. You seem to have gotten too relaxed lately. I admit I'm relaxed, but what can I do when it's so comfortable? Who knew I'd be this happy just being away from Kalane? Didn't you decide to learn about Elvin Kepler and his group today? That's right. Elvin Kepler, I never thought I'd hear that name here. The Superhuman War is the only chapter where conflict arises from differences in position rather than good versus evil. He appeared as a villain, but wasn't an enemy, so to speak. It's been 3 days already, but no word from Elvin. Thinking about the original story and inferring from the past, if my guess is correct, I have a rough idea of what he might be doing. Well then, I'll approach him first. Diablo, if we end up clashing with demons, I might need to borrow your power, is that okay? I'd be delighted. I don't know what happened after 10,000 years ago, but they dare plan another invasion of the Middle Realm without me? Preposterous. Do they dare try to steal the achievements I'm going to establish? They should all die. Are all top-tier demon lords like this? You seem quite concerned about them. Yes, if possible, I'd like to make them allies. What are they that you care so much? The Elvin Kepler I remember isn't just a knight. He's a psychic. By now, the secret organization of psychics should be actively expanding their influence behind the imperial capital. Psychic powers were abilities without properly established theories, so they were objects of ridicule and contempt to magicians. But that turned into a great tragedy for humanity. It made the psychics remain neutral during the Second Heavenly Demon War, which brought countless deaths. Of course, they had planned to gain fame by dealing with demons when the magicians' forces were weakened by demons. But by then, the war had already been ended by protagonist Abel and his companions, and when their plan failed, they moved on to their second plan. The result was the superhuman war. If they had participated in the second heavenly demon war together, perhaps the superhuman war and the enormous sacrifices that came with it might not have happened. I plan to get those psychics to participate in the war against demons. Kukuku, I quite like your method of drawing in others to use as shields. But with your current status and abilities, I think it's unrealistic to draw someone in. Status and ability aren't issues. If you have cards that satisfy the other party, any deal can succeed. I already know countless pieces of information that can serve as such cards. Now then, shall we go on a trip to the imperial capital? Mauryan Empire, capital Nevin Western bustling district. It's here, brother. Are you sure we haven't taken a wrong turn? This is an area where guards frequently patrol. To think that demons would control such a street, our information network is thorough. When it comes to demons, it's connected with the temple, so it's reliable. Even if the information is correct, this street is surrounded by nobles. If there are mass casualties by accident, it would be impossible to handle. Don't worry. To prepare for that, I brought a secret weapon from our family. Don't tell me. You brought an out-of-place artifact-level artifact. We need to move discreetly. Even though this is such a situation, because it's such a situation, I brought it. Since we don't know what might come out. Phew, your roles are important. You must find traces of demons. Of course. Leave it to us, leader. As expected, the ability of the Luda family to detect others' energy even in a crowded place, it's a shame that brother took such talents from me. Don't be like that, Maria. It's all for our purpose. And anyway, taking or not taking. Soon you'll be leading everyone. Mauryan Empire, capital Nevin Unauthorized Entertainment District. Even the underworld is quite developed in the capital. Locke, this isn't a particularly pleasant place. What are you planning to do here? Nothing in particular, at least not now. What? At this point, secret organizations are building their power in the shadows. There must be fierce territorial disputes with demon forces preparing for the second heavenly demon war. Diablo, even if not in the underworld, could you detect if there's a clash of demonic energy within the capital? What do you take me for? A city like this can't escape my senses. That's fortunate. What I'm aiming for now is to naturally join the fight between psychics and demons who are in territorial disputes. Directly confronting demon lords would be suicide, but there's no way a demon lord level being would directly manage forces in a place like this. They're likely to employ subordinate demons or minions, so there's no risk factor. What Alec Huma said in Baron Village. I'm sure the letter was properly sent to Marquis Belstead. If I could get involved with that guy, it would be perfect. Gus von Belstead, a demon's puppet and the culprit behind the assassination of the Keitel brothers. The number one person who must be eliminated at this point. Well, the important thing first is Elvin Kepler's whereabouts, then Gus. Hey, kid. Why are you lurking around this area? If you're an outsider, you'd better leave while we're asking nicely. A guide appears right on cue. What does it matter to you what I do? This bastard, what did he just? Hey. Sir. Are you a knight, sir? From now on, if you answer my questions well, I'll let you go. Nobles who have been suspiciously wandering around the underworld streets and within the capital recently. Especially, if there were any with green hair, or Maha Academy students. Tell me everything you've seen, heard, and know. Without missing anything. Come to think of it, I heard that Karen Sr. got her hands on a hot topic news student. Yes, it seems Lady Luciella entrusted that guy to Karen. Lady Luciella quite likes Senior Karen. It's not a particularly good flow for us, but, the lady isn't our enemy anyway. We need to recruit her, or at least pull her to neutrality. What's the possibility of that new student shaking things up? Well, just the fact that Karen tried to test his capabilities and was embarrassed suggests his potential for future development is high, but if we're talking about the possibility of him overturning our plans. He's just a first-year youngster. The outcome won't be reversed. I'm the one who will become the Sword Saint's disciple. If there's anyone we need to be wary of, it's Karen Letitia, who has been competing for 7 years. I see. Let's go. Yes, brother. Found them. Finally met them. ADI, can you sense it? Yes, I can sense it, master. That's what they call a mutant, right? To think such an irregular exists in this era, this is somewhat unexpected. The strongest psychic in human history and the final boss of the superhuman war, an existence outside the norm. Maria Kepler. Diablo, is the concealment perfect? I'd like to say, why even ask about my power? But this time, it might be better to be careful. Right. If the Kepler siblings are moving directly, it's definitely not for a simple reason. Well then, let's go to the highlight course of our capital tour. It's here. El Gran Heart Theater. So that guy was involved after all. These magicians, always acting so superior while not even realizing their own feet are on fire. What are our chances? The Marquis could be a demon or just a minion, but referring to the documents passed down in our family, there shouldn't be a major problem. Still, if there are multiple opponents or if they can use their full power, it would be difficult. The possibility of an actual demon lord directly descending is probably low. We can only hope the Marquis is a simple minion. El Gran Heart Theater, top floor, or our prediction was correct. I can sense demonic energy and the smell of blood from inside the theater. How could they not have noticed something this obvious until now? I heard the Marquis isn't just a simple merchant, but an excellent magician who was once designated as a successor in the magic tower. He must have been concealing the traces through magical means. Then this place is essentially a magician's workshop. What brings the renowned students of the Imperial Academy all the way here? No need to play innocent. Did you think we wouldn't know that you're behind those lowly ones who have been turfing with us until now? Marquis Gus Belstead. Us. So it was you lot. Theorists United Association Marquis Gus Belstead, the thieves who indiscriminately raided my businesses and disappeared. That's not something someone who employed real thieves should be saying. Kukuk, the Kepler family and the Luda family. Mere merchant families without even proper territories, you dare to touch my Theorists United Association, your families should be prepared for the consequences. Are you bringing up our families now? You, a demon's minion. So, you came knowing everything. I'll kill you, and eliminate all the demon remnants hiding in the Empire. I see, so your goal is to interfere with our grand plan. A momentum far exceeding my expectations, we must not let our guard down. I don't know what you think you can do with just 5 people, but this works out well. 5? There are only 4 of us. Hello, seniors. It seems like now is the right time for me to jump in. Of course, I'm not here to interfere because Senior abandoned me for 3 days. Marquis Gus Belstead. In the original Chronicles of the Seven-Colored World, before the Second Heavenly Demon War, he was a figure who faithfully divided the Empire from the demon's side. Decisively, by achieving the remarkable feat of assassinating the Empire's guardian, Marquis Keitel von Delphi I, and Duke Vincent Delphi I. He left his name prominently in history. To think I'd fight that guy already. We've met much earlier than I expected. By the way, despite being a high-level minion, his overall stats seem worse than Alec Huma whom I fought in Barren Village. What's going on? How did you follow us? No, before that, who are you? I don't know how you're here, but we don't have time to spare for him. Are you an ally or an enemy? An ally. For now, one of my objectives is the same as yours. One of your objectives. The objective of taking down a demon's minion. The information that Gus is a demon's minion would have been obtained in utmost secrecy by our side too. I belong to a secret organization dedicated to protecting world peace, Adora. Master. World peace. I've never heard of an organization called Adora. It's not as large an organization as the Psychic Empire that seniors belong to. You even know about our organization. First, I'd like to make a deal with you seniors. You came to deal with Marquis Gus Belstead, right? In this bustling area of the capital, so blatantly at that. But even if it's you seniors, I don't think you can kill him right now. What did you say? Demons, especially minions of Demon Lord class, cannot be killed by simple physical force. No matter how powerful psychics you seniors are. Sending Maria Kepler means you're serious about eliminating Gus, but she's still in an incomplete state. Before making a proper deal, I have one proposal. I'll help you deal with Gus Belstead, and in return, would you form an alliance with us? What do you think, Senior Maria? What is this guy? He followed us this far and I didn't notice. And he's requesting an alliance from me, not my brother. How does he know that I'm the organization's leader? What will you do? I refuse. Do you think we would accept a proposal from someone as suspicious as you? Far from an ally, Ants, now that it's clear you've been following us, we have no intention of letting you go either. After we deal with him, you're next. Be prepared. Well, it comes to this after all. This situation is one of the events that happened in the original work. Gus Belstead was still alive until the beginning of the original story. If a fight breaks out, many people in this theater will be caught in the aftermath, and they're not stupid enough not to know that. Well, is the Amuse ing farce over? I wonder what method they plan to use to corner Gus. Go ahead and rampage all you want. I'm also curious about what you're relying on to crawl all the way here. Fall of now, let's see how these youngsters who've stuck their heads into the tiger's den will handle this. Let's see who will be in trouble. Now, it's time for the festival. Is this the effect of that artifact? An artifact that interferes with space, hack an out-of-place artifact-level relic that even the masters of the 4 great magic towers would covet. It's truly like a pearl necklace on an orc's neck. I'll take it. Do you think you have the advantage just because the terrain has changed? Inexperienced youngsters. Demonic energy. So there's no need to be discreet anymore, huh? A demonic beast from the demon realm. So he's a summoner. Kohaha. I have been reborn with the power received from them. Do you think mere youngsters like you can do anything to me? Is his appearance changing? It's not just his appearance. His power is being amplified. That's right, high-level minions can temporarily transform into demons according to the setting. I was wondering why there wasn't much difference from Alec Huma, a mid-level minion. I completely forgot. Combat power of 12,040. He surpassed Simmer whom we fought in the dungeon. I'll make sure to return the price for stirring up the beehive in your greed. You should have ended with just petty back-alley disputes over interests. Is that just a demon's minion? Not a demon realm noble. Don't let your guard down. He's probably stronger than most demon realm nobles right now. Accept your death obediently. What? How is this possible? I didn't sense any power at all. Surely the amount of mana that woman had was only at the level of an ordinary person. You still haven't realized it. Maria Kepler is a superhuman who served as the final boss of a chapter even among the numerous overpowered characters in the Chronicles of the Seven-Colored World. Current user's capacity cannot determine target's information. In the novel, her followers described her appearance like this. Golden Empress of Psychics. This place will be your grave, Gus Belstead.